sneak in here, I guess? We'll see.
Scott, you can speak there. Scott. Okay. Tonight we're gonna rough out the body of this Widgeon. I don't know that I'll get it all done, but I'll get at least half of it done. Show you process I do in carving a Widgeon or any duck. So they're all pretty much the same. So what I've done is I got my cutout here. I've established my side pocket, top, and then the top of the side pocket and the scapulars, tertials. Got that all kind of roughed out right now. I got my head kind of doweled into place right now. So the first thing I'm going to do is trace that onto the wood. Like that. So now when I carve the body, I know I don't go past those lines, okay? So I'm going to chunk out a bunch of wood here. One thing with white cedar, it likes to chip out. It's not like Tupelo. So you'll have to carve with the grain, otherwise you'll run into some problems. So when you're carving the backside, you want to be coming out this way, the front, coming out this way. So I'm going to start with this draw knife, just chunk out. So right now I'm just kind of knocking that edge off. So now this way, I got to come back this way. Just going to the pencil lines. So now it's kind of taking a lot of wood off quick. So I kind of went, it's angled to that pencil line, both sides. You can see it. So now I'm going to go in here and kind of dish that out. See what knife sharp here. I'm just going to do one side here. Sorry, bad habit.
Compose yourself.
You're right.
That's why we need the insurance.
All those beautiful knives and gouges.
Yeah, I know what. I don't know how to use them. So I'm kind of creating here as a shelf. That's pretty close. Then what I would do to get one side done like this, I run a pencil line in there, like so. And then when I go and do the other side, you can look at it from behind and from the front to see if you've got it the same. So here's what I've done so far.
Oh, wow. You're fast.
So I would go ahead and do both sides like that before I go on to the next step. Okay, makes sense? Any questions? So now I'm going to round that off. So this line is the top of the side pocket, and it's not a 90-degree corner. I want it rounded a little bit, so it's not a real hard line. I want it soft. So what I used is this little gouge. Okay. So I'm going to start rounding the side pocket off. So from this line, I'm going to round it down that way. From this line, I'm going to round it this way. Okay. Let's try this new knife. Your carving cedar, right in this middle part, it's going to want to split out one way or the other, so just be careful in the middle. Got the front part rounded off there, the side pocket. And the other side. get your side pocket right now, for now. So now we'll do the top of the bird. Kind of the same thing, just rounding it off. To that line. Primaries are right in here, so I'm gonna kind of keep that pointed, kind of angling this way. I drew a center line down the center of the decoy, so I don't want to take that out.
That line, you know, where the pocket is,
Yeah,
when you were first starting out, and I know this might take you back, but did you ever have trouble with knowing how deep to go? Because I'm always afraid I'm going too deep,
Yeah.
and then it takes me forever because it's layer after layer.
yeah. It's, just do it with confidence. Just trust your lines, try to come straight down and work it. A lot of times, if anything, what I run into is this line ends up being higher or even through the shoulder here than it really should be. So I'll get it to this point and then make adjustments.
Okay.
At least you got most of the wood removed and it's minor adjustments then. But if you take your pattern like this here, you got the center line drawn on your pattern, one way you can do is come figure out, take something like this and measure over from there to there, and you can kind of get an idea. So putting on here, kind of eyeballing it, yeah, I'm pretty close. So, and when before you start rounding it, you could do that then. So what you could do on your pattern is, so you take whatever that is, let's call it 3/4 of an inch. What I'll do is draw a straight line from shoulder to shoulder. Then I'll just take, I don't know if it'll show up or not, but take this and just check it the same amount like this on the center line. Do that on your pattern. And then do that on your decoy on the center line. It's my shoulder, I got a line drawn there already, so I'm just gonna probably be able to see it up there better. Here, just mark it all the way down like this, just like your pattern. This will be your first one. You go to your center line to shoulder with that. Find that on here. You can mark it. So that's where your shoulder's at. Then you just flip it around. Go to your same center line. That's where your shoulder should be. Then just work your way back. Just go to the next line. or if you want to jump a couple lines, but you can, does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so I'm pretty close. So, okay?
Thank you.
Yep. As far as your side pocket, when you check that, I usually come from the bottom of the decoy up to there. So we'll see how close I am. Usually I'm off a little bit when I'm carving. I always have to come back and lower it. So it's that dimension. Just come off the bottom. There it is. I'm there. But sometimes I'm up here where it has to be brought down, or so. Okay. Do a little more rounding on this top, and then we'll carve in that tail. As you get closer, the chips get smaller. That's close enough for now. Give you an idea. So let's lay this tail in. If you look at the back of a duck, especially puddle ducks, their tails are tented like this. So when I drew that on there, I followed the pattern. I measured up from my pattern, from the bottom to either the bottom side of the tail or the top. Marked it out, transferred that line onto the block, marked it, and then did the top, and then I drew it in. So pay attention to your pattern. This tail's kind of going up a little bit. You don't want it coming flat off this way. So it's down lower and it's coming up. Got some wood on the bottom, you got some wood left on the top, so you'll be able to tent it, okay? The tail is about that long from the rump to the tip of the tail, so I'm just going to put a mark in there. So somewhere in there. And then comes around. So it's hard to see, but like that. I just drew that little piece in there. Okay, so I'm going to remove some wood there. Start with this tight U-gouge and just run along that pencil line above it. I'm not taking the pencil line off, it's still there. As you're coming up here, that you want to chip out, so you have to change direction a little bit. I always try to carve the top first, because if you need a little more wood, you got it at that time. So it's more important to get that top where you want it and then take out the bottom. There's the top. Kind of see where a tent is starting to form, right? Okay. I'll do the underside. Let's see. Kind of use the same tool. I'm going to start on the bottom side of that pencil line. Try to keep the line, pencil line there, but it's important to draw a center line. So draw a center line there. So I kind of got that started here, so I'm going to do some rounding at the rump here. Just to get started and get some wood out of there. One other thing I like to do is start to round this off. So I draw a fence line on my base here. So I have a line to carve to. Okay. Go back to that little one. Okay. Just gonna kind of clean up the back of the side pocket here. Find that a little bit. Figure out which way the grain goes. Round that off a little bit. Kind of clean up the back of the side pocket. Starting to get there. Let's now define the primaries and these wing feathers here. So that primary is going to come up off of here. The wing come down into there. Now this is a working decoy, so it's not going to be real fancy and precise, but kind of got a primary established in there. So I'm going to chunk this wood out of here. And these feathers coming. So I'm just going to kind of basically round this off into this part here, but take some wood out of here so you got some definition of primaries. This is going to allow you some freedom to carve in those. This isn't very accurate, but those wing feathers up here. So I'm going to chunk this out now to give it some shape. Use that tighter gouge again. At the same time, you're kind of defining the rump a little bit. Like that. We'll just roll that over a little bit. It seems to be a little flat this way, so we'll just get it so it's angled a little bit. I'm not going to have these primaries cross, they're just going to connect kind of to a point back there. Kind of a general idea. So the other side I'd do the same, just kind of so they point, and then we could take some wood out of here a little bit. So we'll do that quick here. Kind of run a gouge down the center here, kind of dish that out. Now we'll round that this other way here a little bit. So now if you notice, I left this a little flat. And if it's a hunting decoy, I do that for a reason. The decoy floats. It's more stable in the water. If you round this off, it doesn't mean it's wrong. But if you want to hunt over it, it'd be just a little more stable if this is a little flatter. But if it's round, it'll still float just fine. So it's kind of roughed out from the back side now, from here back. That's what I would do, get both sides. What I do is when I'm carving, I work both sides together. So as I'm doing each step, I'm doing both sides. So that way you end up getting equal or the same proportion on the same side. But so now I'm going to carve out the breast part here. Remember, I drew that line on there for the head, so you don't want to take that pencil line off. Now the front, I'll kind of do it the same as I did the back. Got kind of that flat spot there. I'll kind of come around this off a little bit. Excuse me. I got this pencil line to carve to. I just blended it into the side. So that's pretty close for rough out for now, and then I'll finish the neck up once get the head carved, and then I'll get this all dished out and blended up, which I'll do next month.
Dumb grain question for you.
Yeah.
So these are 8-foot long planks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we know they didn't come out of the tree this way. So they grew up and down, right?
Yeah.
And I start carving mine and I hit that grain going one way and then halfway down I had to come back.
Yeah.
So how does the grain get twisted if it's trees growing up? It's not branches and stuff,
No.
is it?
Well, I think you're carving on a contour this way, you're carving on a contour that way.
Yeah.
So I think you need to come this way with the contour and that way with with this profile. So the grain's straight, but for some reason you need to carve this way because you're cutting the
The
curve.
blade to come across the grain.
Yeah,
If you go the other way, you're cutting under the grain, and that's what tops it up.
pops it out, yeah. You gotta kind of come with the curve.
Because it's obvious, you know.
Even on this tail here at the top, I was coming up this way, but all of a sudden it wanted to chip out here because it's angling up. So if you don't want to chunk that out, you need to come back in this way and kind of
Yeah.
meet it in here. It's kind of the same principle as probably going, right through here is the toughest part, where the curve, that transition, that's the toughest part because you can come one way and it wants to chip out, come out. So it's, you gotta treat this gingerly in through here because you can chunk your wood out really quick here. Any questions? Yeah. So next month we'll do the head and we'll finish off the transition from the head to the breast.
Do people ever just like leave it like that? I mean, I think it looks kind of cool with all the
Little
little.
chips.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something Denny would do. Yeah, you can. Yeah. Some, is Matt still here? Matt does that on some,
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
He gets his chips very precise where they're almost the same.
Yeah.
Looks like a lot of work, but it's a really cool effect. Yeah. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah.
Often you sharpen the
When I feel they're starting to tear or not go through the wood real well, I just hone them. I really don't take them down. I hone them with a wheel. So if I get a nick in them or I drop it, then I gotta sharpen. But otherwise, I just try to keep them honed. Some of these I haven't touched them since Game Fair, and I know some of them are not working as well, but
Thanks, Tom.
yeah. If anyone wants to see it, I can pass it around. Just to see the shapes.